Today we're telling the story of a man who broke barriers, soared through 3 wars, and stared down dictators. General Daniel Chappie James Jr. wasn't just the first black 4-star general in U.S. history. He was the kind of leader who inspired respect from pilots, presidents, and everyone in between. Before Daniel Chappie James Jr. ever wore 4 stars, he was a kid from Pensacola, Florida, raised by a mother who taught school out of their home and told him he could be anything, even when the world said otherwise. During World War II, James trained as a pilot through the Tuskegee Airmen program, but the war ended before he saw combat. Still, he stayed in, and by the Korean War, he was in the skies flying F-51 Mustangs and F-80 jets.
Perhaps the biggest jet pilot in the Air Force is Major Daniel James, with 230 pounds distributed on a 6-foot 4-inch frame. A veteran of Korean fighting, he has won the Distinguished Flying Cross for extraordinary heroism while leading a ground support mission deep in enemy territory. In Korea, he flew 101 missions. Now he is passing on his know-how to other pilots who, like himself, will stand ready to guard our shores from any aggressor.
In Vietnam, Chappie James flew over 75 combat missions and earned a reputation as a fearless pilot and charismatic leader. He became the first black American to command a U.S. Air Force wing in combat. But one of his most defining moments didn't happen in war. It happened in 1970 at Wheelus Air Base in Libya. After Muammar Gaddafi seized power, he tried to intimidate U.S. forces. But Chappie stood his ground, staring Gaddafi down with a .45 on his hip, ready to fight if needed. Chappie once said, "I fought in 3 wars, and 3 more wouldn't be too many to defend my country." In 1975, he became the first African-American 4-star general in U.S. military history. Just 3 years later, in 1978, Chappie James suffered a heart attack and died at the age of 58, just weeks after retiring. He was buried with full honors at Arlington National Cemetery, leaving behind a trailblazing legacy in both military service and civil rights.
He rose through the ranks of the United States Air Force in the Military Airlift Command and the North American Air Defense Command. As commander of NORAD, all America depended on his judgment and his courage for our defense and survival. Chappie's mother told him at a young age that there was an 11th commandment: "Thou shalt not quit." He took that to heart, and Chappie James is one of the very few officers ever to attain the rank of 4-star general. He had 4 stars on his shoulder and 50 stars in his heart.
He was a patriot, a warrior, and a symbol of strength, not just for black Americans, but for the entire nation. His speeches lit up rooms, his courage lit up skies, and his legacy still soars. General Daniel Chappie James Jr. proved that bravery isn't about skin color, it's about backbone, and he had more than most.